What is going on, everyone? Welcome to the Spidercast Podcast, the podcast where a father and son go down the rabbit hole, talking tech, gaming, and sometimes the meaning of life. Today's episode breakdown, we are talking about I'm talking about the first few days of school for me. We are talking about YouTube working to fix a copyright issue, or not even an issue, abuse, really, and being sued by LGBT creators. Thank God I said that acronym right.
Yeah, and when don't forget we added that last minute where they're suing a copyright troll.
Oh yeah, they are also. Was it YouTube suing copyright troll or the
Yes.
LGBT community?
No. The YouTube is going after a copyright troll.
Okay, so that's also in there, people. We are also talking about the Disney announcing their Disney Plus plans, which I actually heard about that today. So, Loot Crate files. The Loot Crate company is filing for bankruptcy. Minecraft getting a second wind, which that should really not be the title of that because I will give my opinion on that soon.
Yeah, we'll talk. About
And Yahoo sells Tumblr. You mean they buy Tumblr?
No, they sold Tumblr.
What?
They bought it. They've bought it a while back, and then they sold it. But anyway,
Wait, hold on. Oh, because we're announcing about the Gamescom talk. Okay.
yeah.
I saw that and I'm like, wait, what?
Nothing special drinking this week.
Except for
Now, see here.
classic
Do
bottle
you hear us? You hear what that weird audio thing is now?
What? What audio thing?
Do you not hear the distortion?
No.
That's so weird. Now,
Like,
let's see. Now it's coming. Like I was sounding really distorted.
is it the fan?
I don't think so because the fan's not going on. I apologize. I've been having these weird audio things going on. Like I sort of hear it right now.
It's only you.
It's hard to explain. Like the audio is like I hear like right now. I'm hearing myself. Do you have it turned up?
Yeah.
I sound distorted.
No, you don't.
Really? I don't sound distorted.
From you think you sound like to what you actually sound like is probably what's going on there.
Yeah, something weird's going on. Anyway,
Your voice is changing. you hit third puberty.
it's a little late in life for that crap.
I said third.
Anyway,
They're starting to.
yeah. So
We don't talk about
I've been having this weird disparity between what we record and what I'm hearing, hearing in my headphones. Part of that I haven't been able to figure out if it's my setup, if I'm doing something wrong, or if it's something that's being recorded wrong or weird. But see, like we've had issues. Like last week, there was a moment where we spiked and we definitely clipped. I knew we were going to clip. So, and I even put a note in the audio version of the podcast that there were some audio issues. But when I went to listen to it, see, here's the weird thing. Like we don't sound loud.
No, we don't.
In the audio version of the podcast, not as loud as it makes you think we are. And part of that problem has been, and I found out that this is because we use OBS obviously to stream the podcast and record it. Well, I normally just throw that into Audacity and pull out the audio portion of it because that's what Audacity will do. It'll just strip out the audio portion. What I found out was OBS has been ignoring the 320 kilobit settings that I've been using and using a lower bit rate, which is basically one of the reasons why we're clipping when we really shouldn't be, because we're meeting a certain level of audio. So it's trying to, like, basically the way to explain it is it's trying to use this much and we're working in this range. So that's why we sound like we clip at certain points. When we're really not that, like we're not clipping because we're loud, we're clipping because we're running out of bandwidth basically in our audio. So I found a way to go in, crank it up. The only problem is, and this is sort of what I was explaining, now that I've cranked it up on this, I can't just drag it into this. And that's why we're doing the separate audio recording now.
Oh yeah.
Because if I drag it the video from this straight in there, it tells me it's too high of a bit rate. It can't read it. You got to convert it to something else before you can bring it in. obviously that's a ton more work. Technically, this is not that much work. I just throw it up and hit record. I'm going to be very curious to see what we sound like as far as like our direct audio, and if we're still sounding like we're kind of clipping and kind of maxing out the volume of our audio recording. If so, then I'm going to take this whole thing apart. I'm going to change it a little bit. I got a couple things in idea if this doesn't work. So I apologize for anybody that's been listening to the audio version of this podcast. Like I said, I've been fighting with the audio a little bit, and so hopefully I'm on the right track of fixing it. If I haven't fixed it with this change, I'm hoping I fix it with the next couple of changes. So if we haven't really sounded as good as we probably should, considering our setup, that's why. Is because the bit rate that we were recording in was lying to me and telling me one thing when it should have been a completely different bit rate. I was telling it 320. It was trying to record in 160. Why it was doing that, I have no clue. And I think that was the other part of the problem, is OBS was like, well, you only got this much audio range to work with, but I'm trying to use this much audio range. You know what I mean? So it's trying to compress it and like cutting us off at a certain point. So instead of using it and compressing it, it was just cutting us off at a certain ceiling. If that makes anything. It's like say you got 0 to 10 to work with, but it only letting you use 5. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I understand what you're saying.
I'm trying to be somewhat not technical about it, but that's basically what it is. So hopefully, like I said, I'm working on it. Hopefully, I should have that straightened out in the next few episodes. But anyway, so you've been back to school for the past few days.
Thursday, Friday, and today. Yeah.
And I had to buy a very expensive calculator, which I'm not happy
because we
about.
did not have one like it, and we needed it.
So yeah, is it for algebra 2?
3?
God, are you really in algebra 3?
Yeah.
How did you end up algebra?
I was supposed to be in financial math lab for this year, but I went to Career Center.
Okay.
So they call it algebra 3.
Okay. So yeah, with his algebra 3 class, he needs a graph.
Because I wasn't taking pre-calc.
Yeah, he needed a graphing calculator, which is stupid expensive. And I've seen a lot of people talk about how expensive these things are. I mean, it was $110 before tax, and that was on sale. That wasn't even, that wasn't necessarily regular price. Now, here's the thing I'll tell you. If you have a Meijer nearby for the next, I think, week, they're having a special. So if you need one of these calculators and you can get it at a Meijer, do so. You'll get a $40 off your next shopping with coupon. Your mom got one of those. Well, I got one of those coupons because I'm the one that went and bought it today. So we get $40 off our next grocery shop, which is great because we shop there all the time. That's where we get our groceries for the most part. Between it mostly and Giant Eagle, between those two, is usually where we shop for our groceries. So getting that $40 off for a place that we're already going to shop made that a really nice proposition. So I was much happier. Like, that's why I'm bitching less about that purchase than I probably was about to. Because I think $110 for that thing was stupidly expensive.
But then again, it's also a really high-tech calculator, which I don't know why calculators need to be that high-tech. All they do is compute numbers. That's it.
Frankly, your phone is more high-tech than that calculator. And it's...
But still, if you look calculator-wise, that's a really high-tech calculator.
Well, I mean, it is. And I paid the extra, like, $5. There was one that was, like, $5 cheaper that didn't have, like, the color back screen. I'm like, you know what? Screw it. It's $5 more. Might as well have a color back screen. Plus, I figured at some point we'll put games on it just for the hell of it.
Oh yeah, me and Nash were already looking at that.
No. It's not a proper graphing calculator until you've put Doom on it. That's pretty.
I was actually talking about that. Doom or Pokemon.
Is Pokemon for it?
I if there is, I'm putting it on it. There's no stopping me.
I'm gonna say
Pokemon Red, Pokemon Yellow. Hey.
Got to catch them all in the middle of math class. In every other class.
Oh no, we were talking about me just playing it in a class and crap, it died.
Like a Tamagotchi.
Or
Tamagotchi, that would be a cool one to put.
Everyone just kind of looks at me. Huh? Oh, wait. Someone's talking.
Oh, sorry, I didn't have the mic. Sorry, I can't quite read the screen from here. I don't have my glasses on.
Button to make the screen. Hit control.
I almost don't want to read his name because it looks like it's a pun on a penis joke.
I think it is. But what's up, Mike?
Yeah, what's up, Mike?
Is that a little better for you?
A little bit.
Okay.
I wear, for anybody who doesn't know, I normally wear glasses.
Well, you can't really do that with the headphones.
Yeah, I can. I don't like the glare. I don't like the way the glare goes in, it shows on the screen. So I don't.
Mike, who? We're not saying it. I like that he's trying to have us say it.
I know he's trying to get us to say it.
Hope you don't mind me blocking that.
It should be fine as long as I remember to stop it when we're done. God, what were we just? What were we just? Oh, my eyesight. I don't see very good far away, and but normally I have this thing full screen so I can actually see it. It's one of the reasons why I have a big monitor, and but it's just where it's at was a little just out of my range.
My day's going good, Mike.
So what have you been? So how's been back to school so far? I mean, obviously you're just a few days into it.
A few days into it, I like my teachers so far.
How you like wearing a uniform?
Hate it.
I knew that was good.
I'm not a khaki guy or khakis. That's what
so
they are.
So basically, yeah.
I am not a khaki. I am blue jeans.
Yeah, he's
and the fact that I can't wear blue jeans is driving me crazy.
Yeah, he has to wear a polo and dress pants, which is like totally not his style.
No. Okay, my dress up style for anyone out there is a polo or a nice button shirt, blue jeans, and a nice pair of shoes, or, because I've done it before, my boots. And that's my dress up.
Yeah.
And depending on how formal it is will depend on what shirt I wear.
Yeah, I'm a t-shirt and jeans kind of guy. I do wear polos quite a bit, but part of that has to do with the fact that I have to wear at least that for work. But obviously I wear a lot of t-shirts when I can get away with it. But
shorts are only lounge time unless it's balls hot out.
Oh, dude, I wear shorts all the time.
Yeah, you wear shorts out all the time. It's like me. No, you see me outside with shorts, it's a hot day.
Excuse me. But yeah, so obviously having the uniform kind of sucks.
Like the polo's not even the bad part. It's the fact that I can't wear jeans. Now they do have like dress down days where like you can wear jeans. It's just I don't think there's going to be many of those.
Probably not.
And what's really killing me is the fact that my dress pants are too long.
You always have had that problem.
And I'm stepping on it. And you see me in like the middle class, I'm sitting down. I'm just grabbing at my calf, and I'm pulling my pant up, and then setting my foot down, dropping it, grabbing my other leg.
So what you're definitely saying is you can't wear them sagging. Not that you would be allowed to anyway.
I wear two tucked in shirts, undershirt and polo. I have those pants on, which are not really tight, but they're well fit. And then I have the belt to make sure none of it undoes. And then I have that jacket.
Yeah, regardless of what you see here, because his chair is a little higher than mine. That's why
he's like an inch taller than me.
Yeah, I'm still a little taller than he is, and I'm not like super tall.
You're what, 5'10"?
Depending on the shoe, I'm somewhere between 5'10" and 5'10 and a half. So, depending on the shoe.
I'm about 5'9", 5'10", so.
Yeah. So, yeah, he's just under me in the size. But he's got, he's a lot of body and not a lot of leg. And I happen to be a little more leg and a little less body because, I got the dad bod going here. So, I got this nice.
You got dad bod, then what do I got? I got fat teenager. That's me.
You got chubby cheeks. It's not Chevy. It's not. What was?
Chipmunk.
There used to be a joke with about Chevy Chase. I can't remember what that joke is, but
I don't think you want to remember that joke. But yeah, so the uniforms aren't. Besides the pants aren't bad, because you don't really have to worry about what to wear next day. It's just if I'm ever forced to wear that long sleeve, I'm going to die.
Well, hopefully, if you ever do have to wear the long sleeve, it's obviously going to be a cold day, not a hot day. I think we bought that one mostly for if you have an event, a big event or something.
Obviously, there's the because we have mock interviews at the end of the year. Right. I'm going to wear it for that.
Right. That's the kind of thing we ordered that shirt for.
But other than that,
at least the stuff fits pretty well. It looks like.
Yeah, it fits.
Which is a huge problem with him because of his size.
Not only me being a
big boy,
but I'm also semi-tall and.
Yeah,
my legs aren't.
He's tall but short. It's kind of really. My
torso's tall. My legs are short. My arms are different sizes. I'm just everywhere.
You're all over the place. It's horrible to find. It's horrible to find even regular jeans for you because you're 48,
42, 44,
44.
Yeah.
Okay.
But 42 if it's a 4-way flex jeans.
So let's say 44, but you're in reality, 44, 29 is still a little long for you. You really.
No, that's short.
No, because
no, they don't make 44, 29. I've never seen it.
I think we've always got 44, 30s.
Yes, and those are they will rest on top of my shoes.
Right, they're a little long. So I think.
But I kind of
the baggy if you could get a 28, I think 28 would be that perfect.
We didn't measure my legs.
I'd be curious to see, but
anyway,
we got into you know what, and it's funny because I had a thing about clothes originally. We were going to talk about brands and stuff, about how brands are different, and then we got into the whole clothes thing. It's kind of funny because I had taken that out.
But yeah, teachers are good. Definitely the school community there is really good, especially because it's not to offend anyone. It's a lot of the smarter and misbehaving kids.
They pick and choose their students. That's
they look for which ones have the best records in school and who they believe will, pass and be good people for the workforce or skills that they want to go after.
Right.
And I just so happen to get chosen as one of the first group.
It's also students that are driven, a little more driven, even though you've had some troubles in that mark, and I really hope that you take these next 2 years. And
I will say this, my math teacher is overly excited about math. I've wanted to strangle him the past 2 days.
Your sister got...
Oh, no, I heard about she got put in the wrong math.
Well, no. She got the I won't call it necessarily the loud teacher for...
Oh, man!
That was loud.
I wasn't trying to be loud.
Is that who it is?
For history?
I think it was history, yeah.
Yeah, that's my favorite teacher there.
He said he's very energetic.
Oh,
slightly loud.
Oh, no, he will go from, okay, class 2, okay!
It's funny because...
He will, do that random pop of noise just to wake you up.
It's funny because every school has that one teacher. Now,
and he's the teacher everyone loves. And if you don't love him, you're crazy.
I had a teacher. His name was Mr. Blankenship. I don't remember what his first real name was. But the dude was like a gorilla. I mean, as far as this dude was 6'5", probably if he wasn't 375, 400 pounds, I'd be highly surprised. I mean, he was a big boy. Like he was built like a brick house. But obviously, we're all 5th and 6th graders, so we're looking up at him, and he's like 2 foot taller than the rest of us. But you always have that one teacher, man. He's always very loud, very, very.
See, I've
vocal.
somehow, the few male teachers I've had,
You said Mr. Brown was that way.
Mr. Brown was that way.
Yeah.
Mr. Blesh, even though he wasn't that real energetic, he was still an awesome teacher. And of course, Mr. Altman, he's awesome.
Well, it always it's those type of teachers. You always have that. You can't ever say you didn't hear them.
Oh no!
And you can't ever. They won't ever sneak up on you. That's the other
no. Mr. Altman has snuck up on me because I was getting ready, like almost full bore pass out in his class because I was that tired that morning, and he just, hey, what you doing? What?
like, wait a minute, you talk softly.
And I had Mr. Dombrowski in the 8th grade. He was loud, but not overly loud. But he was still a really good history teacher. Why is it always guys like teaching history?
And Blankenship was the history teacher.
Why is it
he was a
history that guys teach the most?
It's also
Mr. Blesh was English. He was the outlier.
It was funny though with Blankenship. He was so like he had sort of been talked to from upper, from like the principal and the superintendent because he was so loud. You not only could hear him, but you could hear him from one end of the school to the other.
Oh, that's how Mr. Brown was. Everyone loved it.
And like so much so that you could almost hear him over the people like having gym class. Like when he really got loud, like you could hear his voice in the gym when people were playing. It's kind
of yeah.
Here's the thing, and this is both a recommendation and a thing for anybody that ever wants to become a teacher, especially history teacher.
History can be boring at times.
History can be boring, but it doesn't have to be.
Awake, no, away.
and I also feel bad for those teachers because they don't get to teach always teach the real history. They have to. There are parts of history that get such beat around the bush. I mean, when you're talking about the slavery, when you're talking about even Christopher Columbus and some of the crap he did.
They don't even really tell you exactly who actually discovered America, because it wasn't Christopher Columbus.
He wasn't. No, he was not.
It was
he was the first to colonize.
It was a person from Spain, I do believe. I forget his name.
Well,
but he had like a weird last name too.
They have determined that Vikings had been to America before.
Oh yeah. I mean,
so yeah, they had the Vikings had made it to America long
it's
before.
bad. I don't like history, but I know a lot about it.
But like I said, there's a lot of important history that gets overlooked because it's not PC and because it's it's violent, it's ugly, it's dirty, it's
and truthfully, I mean, that's really what it is. It's our history. Teach it, learn it.
There are
okay, yeah, it's a dark time in our history, but it doesn't matter.
There are really important things. I mean, people talk about race and they talk about inequality, and I think some of that comes to the fact that the real things that those people went through. I don't think the modern African American black person, whatever you want to call him, understands what slavery, how bad slavery was, how bad segregation was. The things that Rosa Parks and Martin Luther King and Malcolm X had to go through to give them what they have, they don't understand that. I don't think they really understand that. And that's not properly taught in school. These were things I learned from long documentaries, reading books. This was kind of the golden age of the internet when I was growing up. So that, learning these things that I'm like, there's so much gaps. And I started having conversations with my teachers, and they're like, it's like, yeah, it's like, we'd love to. I've had, the one teacher, he's like, yeah, I'd love to teach it, but he's like, I'm not allowed to. I'm not even allowed to discuss it. Said, I'm not even permitted to discuss what we're discussing in front of each other right now. And and I think it's horrible. It's horrible that they can't bring proper history to students. And I think that when you're an impressionable young man or young woman, knowing those things can change a perspective. So often I hear it, and I've heard it from your fellow students, and I think I've had a few conversations with a few of your fellow students, and some of your friends when they they talk about certain things in a certain way and not realizing that they don't know the whole story. They have the PC version of that story, and I've encouraged them to look at what really happened. A lot, but you also see the things like like the Confederate flag, all the crap that goes on about the Confederate flag.
It's not racism. That flag does not stand for racism.
It was never meant to stand for racism. It was meant to it was definitely a Southern pride thing. And yes, the South had slaves, but it doesn't mean the North didn't have slaves. It just meant
the North had slaves up until
the
Abraham
North
Lincoln.
The North was the first to get rid of the slaves of slavery, and it was, but the South, yes, they didn't necessarily, they didn't want to get rid of their slaves because they had plantations and farms and
that's what their Southern economy was based off of.
Right. And it wasn't about the flag. The flag didn't necessarily mean slavery. In fact, most people don't realize that slavery was just one part of the Civil War. It was also about taxes. It was about representation. Now, some of that representation was also about black people and about slavery.
But see, in the Civil War, or what they teach about the Civil War in history class, it's just about slavery.
It's just about slavery. But there was a lot more.
They don't go deeper.
They don't.
And why they are restricted from going deeper is stupid.
And that's the thing. I mean, even...
I will say this. The government only lets people teach you what they want you to know.
Well, so many people go after, like, Robert E. Lee. Robert E. Lee wasn't necessarily was for slavery. In fact, he didn't believe a lot of the stuff that was going on. But he was a military man of the Southern Army. He was put in charge. You know what I mean? I see it no different than a president going to Afghanistan, going to Iraq. I don't blame the soldier for war. He is being told to go to war. That is his job. That's what Robert E. Lee was. That was his job. That is what he was. He was a military leader, and he was told to go to war. He didn't necessarily have to believe it. Yes, he could have surrendered. He could have said no. There's a lot of things he could have done, but essentially, he was a soldier. That's what he did. And he was doing what his government told him to do, and I can't blame him for that. But that's a weird history lesson to learn on a podcast.
Yeah,
we always say, the universe and everything, because we could go in any tangent at any given time.
Oh yeah, we kind of like we started with school and then we got to history and it's just like, okay, here we go.
I love anybody that knows me. I love history.
I like history. It's just I can't sit there and just hear someone on and on and on. I have to be looking at it myself. It's the way I am.
Yeah, I mean,
I'm more hands-on. Give me the book. Let me read it myself. But no, the teachers want to read it so that we don't see the parts that they're not talking about.
Well, and I think that's why I watch a lot of History Channel, and I have read a lot of books.
Can we talk about particle physics next? We ain't that far yet.
Sidious, I am not permitted under the threat of going to prison to talk about particle physics.
That's on the Sci-Fi Nest podcast.
Yeah, that's a different podcast.
that he owns.
That is also on, yes. But anyway.
Yeah, math teacher's a little too overexcited. English teacher, actually like her. She's good. Definitely.
Which is a really a good thing, you know.
We are not hiding anything under the shed in the backyard.
I will neither confirm or deny.
Wait, which shed are you talking about?
There's more than one.
There's 3. You don't see the third.
Yeah. The other one's a blue box that occasionally disappears and reappears whenever it feels like it.
But God, science. My favorite subject in the world. I love science. I'm a science guy. I found it the other day. No, you didn't. Lies.
You just think you did.
Pics or it didn't happen.
Don't tell me I can Photoshop the shit out of that.
So could I. That's the problem. On the fly. But
there's an app for that.
You
it's a Dr. Hugh. It's a
you
Dr.
made
Who.
me lose my train of thought. Science, favorite subject in the world. I'm laying now. Anyway, I love science, but this science teacher.
Yeah, science is definitely another one. You got to have the right teacher.
She sounds like she's gonna
have
it be a good school year. No, she wants to. She feels like she wants to be is a wannabe drill sergeant teacher.
Yeah, I can't.
She is strict. She is the strictest teacher I have.
Yeah, science is not about being strict. You got to be flexible.
No,
you got to learn. You got to hypothesize. You got to theorize. You got to.
And see, me with science, I don't play in the rules most of the time with science.
Yeah,
I like being able to go, oh, what does this do? Okay, that does that. Reset. What does this do?
You're like me. You're a practical science person. Like you're about.
I've had people call me mad science.
You're about tinkering with it and figuring it out and manipulating it and try to see it.
And then if I can get geyser, I'll get a dang geyser. I don't care if I have to clean it up. I want to see that crap.
Unfortunately, you're right on the edge of hold my beer. Without the beer.
I mean, when you accidentally make...
We don't talk about that. We don't talk about
which part? Wait. Are we talking 7th grade or last year?
Just remember that there are certain people who wouldn't appreciate some of the things that you've done over the years.
Are we talking 7th grade or last year?
Neither. We're not talking either.
But, I mean, you're turning me down.
I need to.
Okay. I'm peeking?
Yeah, you're peeking a little bit.
But, and this is completely on accident. We were using a Bunsen burner. And the next thing I know, the hose, the NSA is watching, the hose turns into a flamethrower with gas. I'm like, oh, hi, how you doing? And literally, for like 5 seconds, time went slow, and we have a flamethrower going on in class.
Yeah, when your teacher has to hit the emergency shutoff valve, it's...
Oh, no, he didn't hit the valve. We did. One of the people who was watching it, think.
Yeah, that's...
And we slowly started to see the flame stop. It took 10 seconds for it to stop.
Oh, I'm just not getting... Anyway.
And it was completely by accident. We accidentally pulled the thing, and the Bunsen burner fell, and it caught what gas was coming out of the tube on fire.
Oh, my God. All right, we're gonna actually talk some topics today.
Yes,
I'm moving on.
Gamescom talk is going on this week, but we will talk about it next week.
Yeah, we'll put some stuff together. We've already seen a couple things. A lot of it's.
My nose.
What the hell was that? Okay, that was. I felt like there was a.
Oh my God!
Do you need to step away for a moment?
It's like my right nostril. It feels like there's something like in it.
Here.
And I don't know what it is.
Here, take this. Normally this is me. Take this. Go that way a little bit. I'll mute your microphone. So anyway, yeah, Gamescon's going on this week. We've already heard a couple of things. We'll put a few topics together for next week. There's gonna be some fun. He's been playing some different stuff. I think Grand Theft Auto, But here in a couple of weeks, I'm absolutely sure. I'm sure he's going to confirm that here in just a moment. Are you ready?
Yeah. What's up?
Gears of War 5. You'll probably be playing the shit out of that when it comes out.
Well, for one, we need to get. Okay, am I peaking? Yeah. Did you make me louder? But for one, I will be playing that. I would love to do a Let's Play on it. And that would definitely be uploaded to the channel.
Well, just remember, since I have,
I'm playing it on Games Pass.
Yeah,
so,
on my Game Pass.
But we need to get my audio stuff fixed.
Yeah, I do. Okay.
And I thought you had already messed with it, but apparently not. Oops.
Dude, when my bike gets put back together, then you know I'm getting shit done. But all the running we've had to do here lately.
So this weekend?
Yeah, this weekend. Let's not even talk that.
But yeah, Gears of War 5. Actually, Games Pass can get it early, I do believe. A week early.
September 6th, I think, is when you can officially start playing it.
Definitely watch out for me to play that. Horde mode will definitely be the big one I'll be playing.
Horde mode...
Okay, the new mode. What's the newest mode? It's where you go from room to room. Was that Horde? Was that the new Horde?
It is a new version of the Horde mode, yeah.
I definitely want to see that concept. I might do that before I even do campaign.
Man, it's hard. I love the campaign. Well, I'll be honest. I struggled with the last game. There were some really, really tough parts.
Oh, I fired right through it.
That
see, what I fired through, you had trouble with.
Yeah, I know. There were.
I will say giant mechs.
But I think you were playing on easy.
No, I was playing normal.
Was you playing normal? Because there were some parts that didn't feel like normal.
You gotta remember, it takes me like 5 minutes to get used to controls again. I'm going.
Yeah. Anyway,
I can switch from games that quick.
Mr. Master Gamer.
It's not hard for me to do when what I usually play is shooters.
Yeah, well, I'm sure Masturbator is probably your second best thing you ever do.
No, that's Racer.
Oh, let's not go there. Anyway, so
waiting for
our first
comment.
Yeah, I know. Our first three topics are all going to be YouTube related, which is going to be hilarious. One is going to be YouTube trying to fix copyright. One is YouTube getting sued, and one is YouTube suing. So, first thing up, and this is a huge thing, and this is stuff that's been driving YouTubers crazy for a while now. YouTube is changing their copyright policy, and this is to help basically curb the abuse. For the most part, YouTube has gotten good kind of an attaboy as far as a lot of the big YouTube creators. I think it's going to do very much what they're thinking it's going to do. But there's some people that are a bit skeptical, and basically what this boils down to, in the old process of copyright, let's say I use a clip of Star Wars in whatever. So what would happen is Lucasfilm or one of their subsidiaries would claim the video, and they would get the monetization, even if it was technically fair use. Even if that's the problem. These companies will literally pay people to sit and watch YouTube videos to find that snippet, that 3 seconds of audio, or that little snippet of a video that they're using that would clearly be free, fair use. It's like, I don't know how like Watch Mojo does it all the time. Like, I don't know how they get through monetization.
Well, I think since they're all about all of that, they get the proper stuff for it.
Yeah, but I don't know how they specifically get.
I mean, you have Watch Mojo, Screen Rant, Looper,
Screen Junkies.
I just ran off the main three.
Yeah, just a few big ones. I don't know how they don't have this problem.
I mean, it might be what classification, because
I don't know.
They're all about movies and TV, so maybe that gives them a little bit more, because most of the time we see this happening to gamers.
gamers are real bad about it. But there's a few other something Chapel, Warner Chapel.
Oh yeah, music.
Is real bad about, like, if there's even a snippet of their music, they're trying to claim it. But see, what the reason why a lot of people suspected that this kind of goes on is because these copyright holders know that if they can, if they, especially on these bigger YouTube creators who are getting millions of views, man, if they can in the first 24 hours, if they can snap up all that monetization and keep it from themselves, even if they turn around and unclaim it, they were getting all that revenue, from those videos, and even the ones that they don't undo or whatever you want to call it, unclaim it. But these are, we're talking about manual claims. We're not talking about automatic claims.
Yeah.
These are ones where somebody from those companies go in and say, "Hey, this has got it." And part of the problem has always been too is that they don't always, before they didn't have to disclose where this supposed copyright thing is in a video.
Yo, what's up, Shady?
Hey, Shady. So now, basically the way the new process is going to work. So they can demonetize or block with a manual claim. But they don't get the monetization, so there's no incentive for them to do it, if you will. And it allows let's see, what was it? Oh, and they're required to give a timestamp mark to show the creator where this supposed copyright. And they say that this targets a lot of the music industry who targets videos with very short or unintentional use of music. So if you're at a venue and somebody's playing some music in the background, or if a car goes by that's got...
Or, someone accidentally starts humming something in the other room.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. You can literally hum something and
it's bad because
get your video copyright claimed.
I hum stuff all the time, so that's... Mm-hmm.
I mean, it's kind of gotten ridiculous. The music industry has been really bad about this, but there's a lot of even some of the bigger, like I said, Warner Chapel is on the music side is really, really, really bad about copyright claiming. In fact, remember that was part of that whole deal with Star Wars Theory. Remember, Warner Chapel was the one that
because they claimed it.
They were claiming one of his videos, which he was not allowed. That was the funny thing. He was not allowed to monetize the video.
Yet they monetized it. And
they turned the monetizing on. That was the thing. They turned the monetizing on, and then claim basically with that deal was able to claim it and get all the revenue from. And he, obviously he made a video. Obviously he went to Lucasfilm and said, "Hey, I'm not allowed to do this. Why are they allowed to do this?" And the thing was, he had contracted somebody to make a custom score, so the audio was not
copyright infringement.
Right, it wasn't copyright infringement. It wasn't Star Wars music. It wasn't something they produced.
It was a play on the music, but it wasn't.
But supposedly it had like 4 notes. That's what they were saying. That's what it was originally being told to him. It was like there was like 4 notes that were played in 4 or 5 notes that were played in succession that was Star Wars, and that's why they claimed it. Eventually, Lucasfilm told Warner Chapel to stop doing that, and to take. Then they apparently there was a conversation, according to him, that told Warner Chapel to stop doing that. And and they turned the monetization stuff off of that video. Is that no more?
This is Barks.
Yeah, no more of that corn on the cob crap. We do have a few bottles of the weird stuff left, but
none of it's bad.
Yeah,
hopefully
none of it's super bad. We just keep forgetting to.
It's just you can't drink it.
Yeah, I can't do anything.
I'll be the one drinking the bottles the next few weeks.
Yeah.
Unless he wants the caramel.
Caramel
cream.
Caramel cream. That one I probably will drink, but no.
I'll have the cherry stuff.
Yeah, I'm allergic to cherries. It's one of those things like I'm not allergic where I blow up, but it does really, really nasty things to me, and I'll leave it at that. Imagine taking your imagination. Where
It's
you
not
want.
safe for work. Right?
Not safe for work. Not safe for the bathroom either.
It's not safe for the person.
But anyway, so yeah, these changes are going to come mid-September, and their comments to the effect says one concerning trend we've seen with aggressive manual claiming of very short music clips used in monetized videos. These claims feel particularly unfair as they transfer all revenue from the creator to the claimant, regardless of the amount of music claimed. And that's the thing. All they had to do was claim was it had a few notes, and which is next to impossible for
to
music
fully tell.
music not to have a few notes. Music is music. There's always going to be a hint of this and a hint of that. At this point, there's enough music that's copyrighted out there. You can't produce music without ripping off a few notes. You know what I mean? It's kind of like writing. It'd be like J.J. Martin stating that somebody else who was writing something completely different was using the same three words in the same sentence together. So he has copyright claim against that book, somebody else's book. That's essentially the same thing that these music companies were doing. Which is really, really funny. I'm going to jump the second one and go to the third one because it's a little bit tied in together. Which I find funny because this happened within a week of each other. So after the whole announces the changes of the copyright abuse, and I'm sure YouTube has probably went back and forth with their legal team and said, what can we do, what we can't do, and legally they do not have to, all they have to do is give them the option to demonetize or to block the videos, and we may see more blocking of a video. But honestly, if there's no money incentive for these companies to do this, I don't see. I've heard of it. I don't know exactly what it is.
I'm sorry, that's GTA.
But I have heard of that. I think there actually is a drink that's called that. But anyway,
Stuff that gets put on my search history.
It's probably not something you should be searching on your phone.
Too late.
But anyway, but yeah, not having the money incentive should hopefully try to lessen.
What am I spelling wrong?
The amount of these claims.
I spelled it right.
And but adding to that, this week YouTube filed a copyright lawsuit against Christopher Brady, who used false copyright claims to extort YouTube creators. He is being sued by YouTube for using the DMCA provisions against fraudulent takedown claims.
I can't find it.
They're seeking damages and an injunction from him from doing future claims. Basically, what he was doing, I think most of the situation was there were videos. He is basically going after some Minecraft gaming YouTubers, claiming that he said we're infringing on his copyright material, even though it really wasn't. And apparently he was he was contacting these YouTubers and trying to extort money from them. Saying that either they paid him via so much, either PayPal or Bitcoin, or he would issue a third copyright strike, trying to saying I will take down your YouTube channel. They're saying he submitted these notices as part of a scheme to harass and extort money from the users that he falsely accused of infringement. And I'm kind of, I'm glad they went after this guy and used this. And I think I think this is setting up something bigger. I really do. I think once they win this case against some Joe Blow nobody, and that's that, and I say that jokingly, but I mean really considering the kind of people who abuse the DMCA. I see this as a start of YouTube going after the big companies. They're going to go after them and say, "Look, you are abusing the system. You're costing us as company wise. You're costing us a shit ton of money, and we're going to take you to court because we got because think about it, they got fucking Google money. They don't really
they have Google money. What I mean? They don't care.
Here's the thing: Google versus the music industry. Can you imagine that fight? I mean, there's be a lot of prick waving, a lot of money thrown at each other. And I think that's what they're setting themselves up for. I think they're setting themselves up for a bigger fight. I'm hoping that's what it is. I'm glad, like I said, I'm glad they're doing it.
We have an internet war on our hands. That's what I'm hearing.
I don't know. Maybe, well, not necessarily an internet war, but I mean, you get, like I said, a lot of these companies are just like that. They don't give a damn about fair use. They don't give a damn about like so many creators have gotten hit because they did a poor review on a product or service or whatever, and these companies will use the DMCA takedown as a means to shut them up. We've seen it several times. Right now, we're possibly been seeing this with Gearbox, and here's a small update to the conversation of the Supmoto. His channel is now gone.
Did he delete it?
That's the part we don't know. We don't know if Take-Two
requested
went after him further, or if he decided to remove it. But it is vaguely suspicious, and nobody so far has gotten an official word from either side about why the channel suddenly disappeared. Like it totally says this channel does no longer exist. Now it does not say. Normally, if it's been taken down for copyright, it normally will say to that effect. But I don't know that that's. There's been some talk that may not necessarily be truth one way or the other. That actually does happen that way. That channel, like I said, that channel's gone for some reasons, and we'll update you. We'll update anybody that's if we find out what's going on with that. So on top of that, YouTube is being sued by its LGBT creators. Now, YouTube has denied in the past that they demonetize LGBT content. They also deny that certain terms, both in the titles or in the tag, the tags that you can put in for what content is for a particular video, would get them to demonetize, and which most of them can falsely. They can all basically show if you use the word lesbian or an LGBT term in your search or title, 99% chance you're going to get demonetized, and your videos will get suppressed. If you get demonetized, you will get suppressed. But they also notate in the lawsuit, because there's a lot of the smaller to mid-sized creators, are saying that, with the exception of the big creators, the 5 or 6 big, YouTube creators, the rest of them are getting demonetized and are being suppressed in the of their content in the search, essentially, pushing them off the platform. And so they're fighting right now to try to change it. Now, YouTube obviously has denied that they don't do this. But I can tell you, even for like Philip DeFranco, if he talks about LGBT stuff, his stuff gets demonetized. A lot of stuff he talks about. That's the reason he has so many ads in his videos now, and that's why, Obviously he has a ton of merchandise, different merchandise products that he sells. His brand and whatnot. That's the reason he's had to go to this style, because his demonetization rate is ridiculous. Even Rich from Review Tech USA has the same problem. If he talks about LGBT, if he talks about the whenever there's a shooting or whatever, he gets demonetized. Even if it's just a really just basic conversation, like nothing that he doesn't show any content that about it. He shows nothing that would be not. He's just kind of reporting on the facts. You know what I mean? And he gets demonetized. And these LGBT creators are having the same problem, so they're going after YouTube for it. It'll be very interesting to see what happens with that, and I think that might hopefully change a lot. We've seen a lot of change in YouTube in the last few years. Not all of that change has been good.
No, because we've had 2 adpocalypses now.
Well, and that's been the problem for them, is this whole apocalypse. And here's my bullshit. Here's what I call bullshit on these ad companies. Okay, these ad companies, they'll run their ads on any news station, which plays all kinds of content far worse than a lot of the stuff you find on YouTube. Okay, most of
heaven forbid he said one swear word.
Yeah, tell me about it. Fuck.
Oh, there goes 300 ads.
Yeah, demonetize. We don't monetize his YouTube channel, so it doesn't matter anyway. But the thing is, it's like, all these ad companies, they monetize on NCIS, NCIS LA, NCIS New Orleans, all the news channels. Breaking Bad. I'm trying to think of all kinds of other Sons of Anarchy. What was the Mayan one, which is the spinoff of Sons of Anarchy. These TV shows, these movies, that play on these channels
that are far worse
content than some of these on YouTube are getting demonetized and getting suppressed, and are essentially just that's why I don't understand why they have a problem with a lot of the YouTube stuff. Some of it, whenever it's like, okay, white supremacy, don't get me started on that crap, Nazism stuff or whatever. And there's a lot of different content for a lot of different reasons. Some of it's good, some of it's not so good. I understand a little bit of that, but some of these just regular, hey, I said the F word too many times, or I said ass, or or if you're gay, lesbian, whatever, and you're talking about your, that type of thing, and you're getting demonetized, or you're reporting news and you're getting demonetized. It's like, there's got to be.
Sorry that sometimes we're speaking the truth of the world, and you don't want people to hear it.
Well, there's got to be a give and take, and YouTube has got to change its model, and like I said, the ad companies need to get off their fucking high horse, because they'll monetize anything that's popular. The only reason that there's the adpocalypse is because there was enough people and enough news stations to make a stink. They can go, oh, well, a month ago we were paying $1.5 million for YouTube ads. Well, now, because of the adpocalypse, we only want to pay $1 million for the same number of ads. That's what this whole it's about, the money. These ad companies know that there's a huge reach and that YouTube needs the ads to stay relevant, but they want to pay less money for those ads. That's what this is.
For more screen time.
For more screen time. Yep, that's exactly what it is. More screen time, less money. That's what they want. They want to get more and pay less. All right.
Which is not how this works, people.
Well, it's one of those things. It's when you're dealing with capitalism. That's what happens. It's all about the money.
Anyway, Disney announced their plans for Disney Plus, and honestly, I've heard a lot of people saying just get rid of if you have Hulu, disable your Hulu membership and start up on Disney Plus, because Disney Plus has a $6.99 a month, but their $12.99 a month one includes ESPN and Hulu. And what does that mean? It has ads there?
Yes, the Hulu. It's the ad. Yes, for $12.99, you get the ESPN Plus, which is all the sports stuff, which Disney owns, and you get Hulu with the advertisement. So the version like we get at home here at home.
Which honestly, that's not bad because you get Disney Plus, ESPN, and Hulu for $13 a month. That ain't bad.
And and it's not bad. But here's the real funny part of this deal. Most people may not realize Hulu is pretty much owned or operated by Disney these days.
Yeah, I had to explain that to a kid in my cyber class today because he went, "Wait, Hulu's now Disney?" And I'm like, "Yeah." I stopped my teacher from talking because because you and me have been talking about it a lot. It happened in the Fox merger.
So basically, here's the breakdown. Hulu was originally started by Fox, NBC, and ABC to join the forces to create their version of Netflix. But it was going to be their curated content. So it was going to be their TV shows. It was going to be their current shows that obviously are running. They were usually a few days or a week behind. It would also show back catalog, some movies and stuff that they have the rights to that they didn't want. For those, because they didn't want to deal with Netflix and all that. So it was their venture into that market.
And they were doing fairly well.
It did okay, but it didn't do the kind of numbers they wanted for a lot of reasons.
For one, Netflix didn't have ads and Hulu did.
Well, here's my problem. We actually at one point we had Hulu, the upgraded Hulu that was supposed to not have ads. The problem was that every show that I wanted to watch was the exception to the rule because it wasn't no ads, it was limited ads, or it was it was just like it was, or a lot of the shows said, well, due to streaming rights, this show will stream with ads. Even it was basically saying, even though you've paid extra, you're still getting ads. And like I said, almost every show we were watching had those ads in it. And, but generally speaking, basically, like I said, these three companies started Hulu. And then over the last few years, because of all the mergers and the buyouts and, like Disney owning Fox, and Disney bought another company that owned stock in Hulu. They have basically turned around and bought
Hulu.
They own controlling interest of Hulu. In fact, recently,
and they've actually didn't they make deals to buy what they didn't have back?
Yes, what little they didn't own in the rights or to Hulu, they've recently done what I would call a lease to buy type of deal. So they gave companies that had interest in it money. They didn't officially buy it until after a 5-year deal. So they get 5 years to remain on the platform, but it gives Disney control of Hulu right now. So as far as the direction of Hulu and how Hulu is eventually going to change, they get all that. And I think what this was this is a way for them to say, we'll give you a little bit of we'll give you X number of dollars worth of money plus a certain amount of revenue, but we want control so we can add the ESPN, we can add the Disney Plus. I'll be honest, we're probably going to be buying the Disney Plus package.
What, the $13?
No, only because of the deal, because the way Sidious gets his. We'll probably pay the $6.99 upgrade to get because I don't really care about the ESPN Plus stuff.
Yeah.
Because he gets it with his cell phone service, so he gets it free. So we'll just pay the $6.99 to add it to his service, and then that way we can and for the most part we want it for Star Wars.
Yeah.
That's what we want it for. We wanted to watch Star Wars.
Not to mention some of the Marvel, because they're going to put their Marvel shows on that.
Right. Marvel shows is also going to be on that.
So they might be continuing God, Iron Fist, Jessica James,
Jessica Jones.
Jessica Jones. I don't know where James came from. Way to toss my personal info on the blast there, guys. We do it every week.
Yeah.
We try. But
At least we're not blasting out his phone number and all. I mean, we're not doing that kind of crap.
No.
Jeez. But anyway,
I mean, it's not like we're giving out his social security number.
I don't even know it anyway. But in fact, I don't even know his phone number. That's the bad thing. I remember there was a time when you had to know people's phone numbers. Like you had to know your home phone number. Like I don't know people's phone numbers anymore. I barely know my work phone number.
I know mine, and that's just because I have to type it in a lot.
I don't honestly.
You knew it, you would.
I know mine. I know your mother's, but you kids, like I can recognize by the last 4 digits. I know which one is you if it wasn't programmed in my phone, but I don't know your phone number. I just don't.
See, mine just has a lot of force. That's it.
Yeah, that's just one of those things. Is it going to save Hulu? I don't know. That's a big thing because Hulu, like I said, Hulu's been on a downward spiral. Problem with Hulu is content. Like a lot of the content, like I said, the problem is that even if you pay for the non-ad version, you still get ads on most of your major big shows that you're going to watch. A lot of those shows you only get either the last episode or the last so many episodes, which is really sucks if you're running behind on a season, you're wanting to catch up.
Or if the show no longer runs anymore, you get everything but the last season.
You're right. You get everything but the last season. That's 6 months to a year plus more older. In fact, I think there's a couple of shows. It's like they're like the show is done. They're not.
It's been done. They're not showing reruns.
And they're still not showing because Bones, I think, was
your
mom.
Was one of the ones.
Your mom was watching Bones, and it's that way. The show's been done for
I
2 years
I want to find
now.
something that plays Burn Notice. I mean,
I might be able to help you out with that one.
because I can't find anything.
Yeah, we'll talk about that one later. I think I know where that's at. I think I know where I can find that.
'Cause I thought that was like a Fox or ABC show.
No, that was a Spike.
Oh my God, it was Spike. When Spike was Spike, that
Was it?
because Spike was owned by ABC. I
No,
think.
or was that USA?
Might have been USA.
I think it's when it was in that transition between USA and Spike TV. It was one of the two, but it was on that channel. And now it's Paramount, I think.
It's gone through so many changes, it's hard to tell.
USA Network, but I think it's called Paramount Network now, I think. I don't know. It's so hard to keep track of some of these channels. They keep changing names. Let's move on because we're running pretty late in this thing.
Loot Crate.
Loot Crate.
What they are filing for bankruptcy.
Yeah, they have.
That's kind of sad.
Here's the thing. Like I always respected Loot Crate, and I had many times thought about signing up for it because for essentially what these things were, they're kind of a curated box. So you'd pay a flat fee once a month. It was a subscription service.
What was it, like $5 or $10?
No, it was like 20 to 30-ish. There were different tiers and different packages. Usually, even the base one, you were guaranteed a T-shirt and certain collectibles. So, and like every month would be a theme. So, like one month might be Back to the Future, and they'd create some little funky T-shirt. Where did I think this shirt was from? Because we had a friend that was getting Loot Crate for a while, and I was getting some of the T-shirts that he didn't want. I think this is.
And then we also got some of the Fallout stuff. We got some of the Fallout stuff that he didn't want too.
Right. Well, he knew how it was. Yeah.
And then, we have the Infinity, or Sidious has the Infinity Gauntlet.
Yes, the one they recalled because you can't use it as a
oven mitt.
As an oven mitt. Yes.
Yeah,
yes.
It catches on fire instead of
it'll
preventing you from catching on fire.
Well, think about it. It does.
What does he call it? The pimp glove, or? I'm serious. I do believe that's what he calls it.
I think he has referred to it as pimp hand glove. Yeah. But
I'm waiting for the comment.
I am too. I'm waiting for it. But you know the
Or he walks in here with it on.
yeah, that's probably then Pimp smacks both of us. Don't. You shouldn't have said that. He's going to do.
I'm waiting to hear the thunks.
Anyway,
So I can run and
you know
barricade
it's
that
funny
door.
because think about what it did to the people that use the Infinity Gauntlet. So it kind of like burnt them. You kind of get it.
Yeah, I get it.
You get it. Okay. All right. Sorry, it was sort of a bad joke, but anyway.
It wasn't even a joke. It's a. I'm sorry. I have to think for a second. If you have to think about the joke, it's not a good joke.
Yeah.
You want your joke to be in the moment, like that.
Yeah. Well.
I'm trying to pop that back.
Lay down the pen hand. Anyway. So yeah, they're filing for bankruptcy. Apparently they've defaulted on a $21 million loan. According to some information, apparently they had about 250,000 subs. Apparently in the last 6 months have been kind of like people haven't been getting their boxes on time or getting stuff that was supposed to be in their boxes like you're supposed to. Boogie 2988 was a big, like they did sponsors with him for quite a while, and even he was a paid subscriber, and even he said the last 6 months have been pretty
rough.
Yeah, like he's probably got, he said 4 or 5 boxes that they still owe him that he hadn't received, and but apparently they're trying to sell to one of their investors, Money Chest, and it was notated in the article, even though I didn't post it on here. Nerd Block, which was a competitor very similar to Loot Crate, had closed their doors about 2 years ago. I love the idea of the way these loot boxes are. I don't like when you're completely like in the dark. Like I don't like it where like they don't tell you ever what's in them. You just get whatever you get, and they're special. And they once they were released, they would each box they would post on their website. Here's the August box, and this is what comes in it, and this is the cool stuff that you can get, and like I said, I many times had considered subscribing, mostly for the t-shirts. They always had really cool t-shirts, and some of them, like, I always wondered a little bit how they kind of got away with the whole copyright thing, because some of them were like, they would have Mario on them, or they would have, but I mean, they would be in weird non-Nintendo, but you know what I mean? Because to even do anything Nintendo is difficult without, their permission and all that. But yeah, like I said, I always wondered how they got away with it. So yeah, rest in peace on the loot boxes. Minecraft, which is hilarious because we actually have a Minecraft. We have our own private Minecraft server that I run at home. We got about 5 or 6 of us that play on it from time to time. 2 or 3 of them play like religiously. Like I have to constantly keep shit updated because they keep crashing the damn server.
Or they do or they go, hey, a new update rolled out. What's going on?
Yeah.
Hey, the server's not on.
Yeah, it's hilarious because like, and it always happens when I'm not home. That's the funny thing. It's a good thing that I have the ability to log into the server and operate it from my phone.
Or when you're asleep and you're, huh?
Oh yeah, I've got those messages too at 3 a.m. when a few of the guys have been playing. It's like, hey, I think I crashed the server. And they look at the log like, yes, you did. Stop doing that.
Because I think it's you and me who can just quickly pop into it, turn it back on, and
yeah, you and I have both access.
which is scary that he gave me access. But
well, it's because I have access to your machine, so I can access your machine from home,
if need be,
or away from home. I mean, and it's tied to my account. That's the only reason I didn't give Doc, because it would give him access to all of our machines, and he would do stuff to our machines every time we piss him off. That's the only reason I won't give him access to it. He kind of took offense to it, but that was my real reasoning for doing that, because he would.
I'm waiting. He's gonna have something to say about this.
Yeah, that was the real reason why I didn't give him access, is because that would have, like I said, that would have given him access to my laptop whenever it was on, my desktop, your desktop.
dot.
Yeah, exactly.
He's not confirming nor denying.
Yeah.
That he would do such things.
Yeah, he would do some, like, I would find like porn or something posted as my background for, and it wouldn't be normal porn. I'll put it that way. He'd find something really, really disgusting. Yeah, you know him well enough to know how far that would go.
Cards Against Humanity, of course.
Yeah, it would be some real shenanigans.
I never would. What?
Oh, yes. Yeah.
What?
Yeah. Because I would. I would do it to you. You know. I know you would. You're more vindictive than I am. Especially if I pissed you off.
If he does it to you, you do it 10 times worse.
Yeah, it would start a war. Anyway. So.
And somehow I get caught in crossfire. Oops, wrong computer. Sorry. Really?
Yeah. So anyway. But yeah, Minecraft is, the last few updates have been really nice. Yeah, exactly that. But anyway, yeah. So, but Minecraft's had a few really nice updates. 1.143, I think, is where we're at.
1.14.4.
Are we up 4? Okay. It's hard to keep track. There's been a lot of really great updates. There's a lot of
I think they fine-tuned some combat in this one. I don't know.
The villagers and pillagers have made things really, really fun for those who love survival, and even those who do, who are mostly creative people that play in creative mode.
They've given them more kind of creative access.
Yeah,
to it,
more content
to make like maps
it's just a. If you even remotely have had fun in Minecraft and you've kind of walked away for whatever reason, now it's not a bad time to jump back in. It's updates are coming.
Minecraft
all the time.
crossbows, yeah, but it's kind of the thing when you start seeing people like PewDiePie playing Minecraft on a day-to-day basis.
Boogie started. He did a sponsoring deal with a company that's does their own servers or whatever. And man, people are building all kinds of really cool shit on his server.
Yeah, I mean,
I've been tempted to jump on just to look around.
I mean, you got people like Markiplier who is about to break and actually just start playing it. You have Jacksepticeye who said that he would never play Minecraft on the channel, playing Minecraft on his channel.
Well, it's funny. I mean, but even if you're, for those guys,
you got old time Minecrafters who like stopped playing and coming back.
Well, I mean, you got like the Hermitcraft guys, the Mumbo Jumbo.
I want to see the old Minecraft guys when they were big, the OG Minecrafters.
Yeah, I mean it's, it's one of those. The great thing about the whole Minecraft thing is like, you can enjoy it, and you can walk away, and then you can come back. I only play, like I'd be lucky if I put 5 hours a month in. I mean, I don't play a lot, but I play enough to just goof off.
No, see, when we get playing, when we get on a Minecraft spree, That.
I think I finally figured out my subway.
Oh God, he's been trying to figure this out for a year now.
So I've been trying to figure out how to make,
almost a year.
Yeah, I've been trying to figure out how to make a minecart that is like an automatic, almost like a subway train. So it would go to a location, it would stop, it would pause, and then it would go through a sequence where it would basically stop, let somebody on or off, and then it would automatically go on and move to the next thing, and time it so that like every minute or two, there's another cart that would show up, and then just would trigger the next one, and then it would move on, and the next one come in. And it would
next stop, Spider's house.
Yeah, I mean, it literally have like a little subway train. And I've been trying to figure out how to make it work, and the problem I've had was getting the starting and the stopping. So I figured out a way to make the cart stop where I wanted, but the problem was
to make it go, you need to push it.
Right, and so the way that you had to set that up was really funky because,
of course, you didn't know about the observers.
Well, no, the problem was that the minecart, if there was something in the minecart, it would stop at a different place than it would when it was empty.
Yeah, weight makes it go faster, which makes it stop that different.
Right. Which screwed up the restart point. So it was a real pain in the butt. But I think I finally figured it out.
Yeah, he was messing with it right before we started this.
Literally before we were starting.
I walked in, I saw him playing. I'm like, we gotta do the podcast.
Yep. So I think I've got it figured out. So I will be building a Minecraft track.
Oh God.
On the
Good
server.
luck trying to get it up in my mountain.
Well, that'll actually be nice because the downhill is what I need just for the next stop.
I'm out. I think I'm nowhere near anyone else. Like I think everyone else went north, west, and south. I went east.
Well, that's where the thing is we used command blocks and it did an auto teleport system.
Yeah, we did a teleportation system with the command blocks,
which was
on
really,
the last one.
Yeah, which was really cool. I'm actually gonna do those, but I would really like to build a mini.
His temporary system, so if it breaks, okay, when he's
I would love to because I would love to build a bunch of
my mic.
a bunch of the stuff that like the little farm, like the XP farm and all that stuff, and put that
I know how to build it.
Put all that in one area, and just have a little train that puts you from like
so that you can AFK and
well, not necessarily that, but you could actually you could do that.
Town.
You could do that. You could jump in a cart and do like XP mining and farming and all that. Ooh.
But you would have to do that spawn, and you don't want to have spawn.
Yeah, but if somebody just jumped into a cart and then it would stop, and then it would make the XP farm kick in, and you would get it, and then you move on to
I don't know how to do that. I'm a good redstone person, but I can't do that.
No, but the other guys might be able to do that.
The only one who can do redstone probably better than me would be Brisket.
I'm gonna have to ask those guys. But anyway, so we play Minecraft. We are seeing a resurgence. A lot of YouTubers that
big YouTubers are coming back.
Yeah, are playing
or just now starting, and it's beating Fortnite in searches. Well, I mean, not even searches in screen time. It's
jumping as far as Twitch. It's been jumping back in the spotlight over Fortnite,
which I've actually been wanting to do my own my personal Let's Play series. So make sure to watch for that on the YouTube channel and Twitch.
I'm sure he'll be playing on the server and goofing off.
I actually tried doing that.
So,
but what I wanted to do was not legal on server.
Last topic. Yahoo had acquired Tumblr for $1.1 billion cash deal in 2013, only to sell it to Automatic, which was 2 T's. It's a real company, for $3 million.
I'm sorry, to who?
Automatic. I don't know who this company is. I really don't.
I heard 2 T's. I'm like, what?
Apparently that's from the
because there's 2 T's in the name.
Yeah.
Yes, it was a shameless plug, Sidious. Get off my lawn, okay?
Lawn. that's an old joke. Of course, that would require us to play Arma again.
Yeah, I think we're just waiting for 4.
That's what James is saying. He's waiting for 4. So yeah, Yamaha. Yahoo promised not to screw it up when they bought Tumblr. Not long after they banned porn, and everyone kind of joked, "Well, that's what Tumblr was porn." It was pretty much what it all. So yeah, the Tumblr pretty much. I never was into I never understood Tumblr. It's kind of like there's. Oh, what's that other one? It starts with a W. There's another app.
WhatsApp?
WhatsApp. Yeah, that's another one I've never touched, never had any interest in. I think I opened up a WhatsApp once, and I tried to fumble through some of the...
What's the internet for?
Yeah.
The internet is for...
Porn. The internet is for porn. Grab your mouse and double click
I was
for
just thinking of that line.
porn.
Is it bad? I was thinking of that line in the non-censored version.
Yeah, anyway.
And
I've
lucky we don't monetize on YouTube.
I've said several times, if you want to find that out, search for Guild Wars. Internet is for porn. It's hilarious. It's hilarious.
And you'll get it stuck in your head, probably like you did when the Dead Giveaway song came out.
Oh my God, not Dead Giveaway. You're not allowed to say.
It's going in his head now.
Dead Giveaway is now banned from the podcast. Okay, you're not allowed. You're not allowed to use that phrase.
Dead Giveaway.
Oh my God, that's another one. Search on YouTube. You'll never get it out of your damn head.
Gangnam Style.
That one's not even that bad.
Oh, what's the other one?
You can spin me right round. That one I'll probably get yelled.
We're gonna have to end this, and I'm gonna have to run.
But anyway,
Because I'm gonna be on the target list just for being next to you for that. We ate ribs with this dude. There goes.
Because he didn't have a clue.
There goes.
Some girls were in that
Serious,
house.
we did it. First time in 2 years? Full of guys stuck in his head again.
Oh.
He's gonna curse us tonight when he's trying to sleep.
Y'all are fucking bastards. You really are.
If I wake up tomorrow for picture day and I have something drawn on my face, I'm coming after you.
Mm-hmm. But anyway, so yeah, they really screwed up Tumblr and sold it for a loss. Big loss.
How much did they sell it for?
$3 million. I think they took a little bit of a loss on that deal.
A little. They're missing. Wait, $3 million?
$3 million, and they bought it for $1.1 billion.
Okay, I thought you said $300 million.
No,
$3 million. A little loss.
Little.
That is not little. Let me tell you what, people.
That's just a smidge.
You mean 1,900,000,000.
Oh, I forgot. Sidious can post links.
Actually, no. I let links be posted on the channel now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, because I'm sick and tired of people who clip and can't put the clips in the.
That's. Yeah.
Because it's a hyperlink. So I had to.
That's weird. Yeah, you just have to watch, make sure people aren't.
Yeah, I've been doing that.
Not posting.
If someone did, nope.
Well, obviously, if you see, something from Pornhub or something like that, you don't want them posting it. But
well, no, that's why I usually have my mods, but no one's ever awake.
Well, I can't help it. You play in 3 o'clock in the freaking morning.
Yeah, I can't do that anymore. So unless it's a Friday night.
Yeah, that's Friday night.
Friday or Saturday night. Yeah.
Actually, that's the funny thing because it will be Friday night when you, because the 6th is the Gears of War comes out.
I might
is a Friday night.
You know what?
So yeah, you'll be
Gear stream might be the whole dang campaign
in one setting.
Oh, I can do it.
I don't know. I don't know how long that. It really would depend on how long that.
I mean, I will purposely. No, Sidious. I mean, I'll purposely come over here and hit record.
Careful with that.
I'll purposely come over here, hit record button every single time I want to, because I'll probably do Act 1, Chapter 1, or each video, or do 2 chapters at a time.
Maybe. Anyway, we better end this because if your mom doesn't go to bed soon, she's gonna kill us.
I gotta get ready for tomorrow.
Yeah, I know.
She's gonna kill me.
Anyway, so
I don't need to die yet.
So this has been the Spidercast Podcast, where father and son, we go down the rabbit hole, tech, gaming, and the meaning of life. And I'm Travis Dunn. You can find me at My Dunn Life, and that's my DUNN Life.
And I'm Austin. You can find me at SpiderARA713 on Twitter, and at Spider's Nest 713 on Instagram.
And we stream typically live Monday nights between 8 and 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Otherwise, you can find us on most major podcast services. So have a great day. Have a great week. And we will catch you next week.
Peace out, everybody.